The Thea Bowman Center has been around for a while, so it's a place that has grown from the community, the needs of the community. The one that we just recently inherited is the adult literacy program. AmeriCorps has been a huge, huge help to us. To have an AmeriCorps volunteer here this year has really stabilized our adult education program, enabled us to double the size. We now have an evening class, and we were able to also attract the attention of Tri-C. And Tri-C also has a class here now. So in the course of a week, we have 24 hours of adult literacy available on Mondays through Thursdays, and our numbers have increased accordingly. This year we have 10 students that actually have achieved their GED, so we're very proud of them. Because we saw that our program was expanding and we needed more help on two levels. One, through the Literacy Corps, we're actually sharing a person between Westside Catholic and the Men's Shelter and us she's doing tutor training, and we had a great need for that. When we lost our group that was here before, we were able to rebuild the classroom situation using our longtime trained volunteers, but eventually those people, some of them age out, some of them decide to do other things or have medical crises of their own. So we needed to start bringing new tutors in, and that shared volunteer is helping us to bring new tutors in and to train the new tutors. We also knew that we needed to do much more measurement and sharing of measurements between our sites, registrations and measurements. So we needed some younger people that have high-level technology skills, and they've done a great job pulling all that together for us and enabling us now to get into a statewide project, Ohio Literacy Network. The most rewarding part always is related to the people. Matt has done a wonderful job making connections to the people and has worked with me on a process that we're doing, trying to find out what the challenges are for people to attend classes. So I want to tell you a little story about one student in particular. She had been very faithful through the fall, and around the end of November, December, January, she wasn't showing up. In February, just as we were starting this interview process, trying to find out why students didn't come to class, she returned. And so she got the little paper to fill out, and she sat down and she started to fill it out, and I noticed that she had tears in her eyes. So I went over and said, "What's the challenge here? What do you need help with?" I thought maybe she couldn't read it well. That wasn't the issue at all. She just looked up at me and I said, "You need to talk." She said, "Yes." So I took her out into the hall. Her nephew had been murdered. Her best friend died of leukemia. She lost her job and her little girl was sick. It all had happened since the end of November. So we sat and talked for quite a while, and she said she really needed support. She needed me to be there to listen to her that night. And had Matt not been able to carry on the class so that I could be free to go out and attend to her real needs, she wasn't going to learn anything that night until she had someone to listen to what her challenges had been. I think their experience with Matt, well, yesterday I was here, and at least a half a dozen students came in to talk to adult students, to talk to Matt. Some of them were about their learning things, but some of them were about other things. And I thought, look how much he's grown in his ability to relate. So watching the growth in the AmeriCorps volunteers is exciting too. It's good for the people they're serving. They need the youth, they need the energy. Most of our nonprofits, we're all getting a little older these days, and we need the youth. And so the students then relate well to, and these are the adult students, but I understand the children the same, to young people coming in. It's excellent role modeling for our children. So they see people of that age going to college, which isn't part of their daily experience.